by the Kenya Film Classification Board. It is therefore suitable for general family viewing.
Hello viewers, welcome to Chungu cha Jamii. I'm your host Eunice Mugo. Today on the show we are going to talk about the rise of sustainable investing. Are you able to invest with your family, friends, or have you been disappointed, failed, and misled? Well, today we are going to tackle this and much more. On the show, I'm not alone. I have guests who are going to help us to understand reason as to why we need to unlearn a lot of things that we have been able to go through when it comes to investment, the right ways to invest, things good to invest in, where to channel your money, what to do, and so forth. So I will allow our guests to introduce themselves. Welcome, guest.
Thank you so much, Eunice.
Thank you.
Introduce yourself, starting with you.
Thank you. My name is Edwin Shikanda Washiali. I'm the CEO and founder of Dansley Investments Agency Limited.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Welcome on the show.
Thank you.
To you, madam.
I'm Nelias Moirore. I'm the marketing manager at Dansley Investments Agency Limited.
Welcome on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Viewers, I hope you can join us across all our social media networks. That's GBS TV Africa. Our SMS line is 21144. So to start with,
Yes.
a lot of Kenyans have been disappointed when it comes to matters investments.
Yes.
Maybe could you tell us what you do, and also why did you choose to deal with investments? Starting with you, Edwin.
So we chose to form Dansley Investments Agency Limited because I happen to have a very close relative and a friend of mine who's been disappointed by family. So it's from a point of feeling pain for someone that we come about with this. So we do understand that pain, and we really want to get out. We really want to help people get out of that pain. Yes.
Thank you so much for that, because when we look, and also statistics has it that a lot of people, I understand you deal with a lot of people in diaspora investing back at home. So a lot of time is when we want to develop ourselves, that is where we go out looking for greener pastures.
Yes.
But when we want to invest, we face a lot of this disappointment.
Yes.
Nelias, maybe coming to you as a marketing manager, where do you source your client, and how do you talk to them so that they can trust you and not their family members, or they can unlearn the things that they have been disappointed and be able to trust you again?
Okay, thank you. One, most of our clients come from referrals. If you know someone who knows someone who's abroad, they contact us and we organize everything for them. In matters of trust, that is where mostly the contract comes in. As you've been told, we have a contract between 4 people. That ensures that you might not trust us completely, and if you come to us, you obviously have a bit of an issue with trusting your family members completely.
Sure.
The stories are there. So if you have a custodian for you, us, and a lawyer, then you're assured that legally you're protected. Because if we do anything wrong with your money, we have to answer to the courts. Yeah.
So with that, as the founder, you
Yes.
said you felt the pain and felt the need of bringing back to this great thing.
Yes.
Now, what are the challenges that you face most when it comes to your company and also the client?
The biggest challenge we did face is you're telling somebody that I'm forming this company because I want to help people invest. So someone is asking you, if I can't trust my own family, why should I trust a stranger? So that is the biggest challenge I've ever faced. And that's how I told them, I'm from a point whereby I have a relative who's been disappointed just like you. And that is when our company came into inception. In short, we want to help many other people not fall prey of family, because not every blood is family.
Sure.
That is something I'll tell everyone. So we did that because we do understand our company really deals with a lot. We don't do investments for people alone. That's like the tiniest of the things we do. So we can't really risk a lot biggest part of our company because of investments alone. We put trust before us. We have to be trustworthy. We have to be very transparent with the clients.
Okay.
And that's how we thrive.
Okay.
Yes.
That is good, actually, being transparent to the client. Also, how have you been able to overcome the challenges in as much as they come reoccurring?
Yes.
How have you been able to overcome the challenges over the period of time that you've been in the market?
So, and just like everything, we have challenges across. And we do face a lot of challenges as a company. And our biggest challenge is getting the clients. You get? And in such an era whereby nobody can trust one another, you can't even trust your partner. So it really becomes hard trusting a company or trusting somebody who says they have a company. But our company is legally binding. It's registered by the Register of Companies. We have that license. We have our own lawyer. You get?
Okay.
So legally it's represented. And when you come to us as a client, we give you a choice of either using our own lawyer to sign the contract, or you come in touch with your own lawyer. So we are giving you that chance whereby you feel comfortable with whichever person you want. So, and among as many other challenges, let's say finances, definitely in terms of finances, I've been able to source investors from across the world. Because we have a total of 10 investors, only 2 are Kenyans. So definitely getting outside the country, telling somebody, I have this idea, and I would really like you to invest into this company. And those are not just any middle income investors. These are people who've invested millions of their cash in such a company. So our biggest challenge was trust from clients. And the challenge number 2 was finances. Yes.
Maybe briefly, like you have said, big people have invested with your company.
Yes.
Maybe you could tell us, what are these other things that you venture into other than real house estate? The investment is a wide scope.
Okay.
So who are the other people that have invested that you're working together with, and what do you do?
So I wouldn't disclose my my investors because there's something we do call a non-disclosure agreement.
Okay.
So however, I'll tell the viewers of what other things we do. So we have 8 investment plans. We do property acquisition and development. We do tours and travel. We invest in smart agriculture. We do importation and exportation. We also invest in technology because we've realized we are in a third world country.
Sure.
Many of the things we do, we can solve by just importing or using the current technology that we really need. So those are among of the things, those are among of the investments that we do. And that is what really brought about investors. Because most investors realized that we have one of the biggest and faster growing market in Kenya for property acquisition and development. And when we talk about property acquisition and development, we are talking about real estate. Acquire a parcel of land, build. Or acquire an old building, redevelop, or bring it down, put up property, either rent it or resell. Yes.
Nice. Neles, maybe coming to you. What are the opportunities that are there when it comes to investment? Now, this is a new person in the market, so green, has no idea, and now he's coming to you for advice. What do you tell them?
Well, investments range from different industries, really. So we usually start with advising you, giving you general knowledge on various investment platforms. The most common one is real estate. That's the one most people want to get into because it's murky waters. People don't know exactly where to go. So yeah, we do real estate. You can also invest in other companies because yes, we have platforms outside there where you can invest, but you still don't know where to start also. We can also guide you along with other professionals we have. Yeah.
So, to you, what are the roles of the shareholders that you work with play? How active do they make your company to thrive when it comes to investment?
So the shareholders we have, most of them, I'll say, we do have a lot of passive shareholders. And when you talk about passive shareholders, you just buy shares and then
They go.
yes. So we wouldn't really say they have that, they play that significant role other than just investing the company. That is bringing the finances. Yes. So that is one of the biggest role. Yes. And making like decisions for the company, because we can't think of, we can't introduce a new platform whereby we want to invest in something else without talking to our investors and shareholders. Yes. So we must bring them on table. And in that they own the company, they're actually the owners of the company. So they have to get their voice. Yes.
So also I would want to understand how do you address the global challenges when it comes to climate now that you do smart farming and technology? How do you handle challenges to do with climate and also social inequities and corporate? How do you overcome those challenges when it comes to those three entities?
So for my company, I would say like we haven't really been affected so much by the change in climate whatsoever, because when we talk about smart agriculture, we are not going into the field. What we do is we buy farm output, that is farm products, and then advance them a little bit. I mean, take something like we've gotten omena from the lake, you get, and then we fry them, repackage, and then export. So the biggest part of agriculture that we are doing is only adding value to what we've harvested. And what people have harvested, we buy from them, add value, either sell locally or export. But when it comes to climate change, we are partnering with other companies and other companies, institutions, different organizations. We have a target this year of planting at least 10,000 trees in each county across the country. So I guess that will be one of the biggest starting points. Yes.
Also, in addition, one of the ways that we can help in impacting climate change is through the investments themselves. This is where sustainable investing comes in. Traditional investing mainly only looks at what is your ROI. You're trying to get something from your investment. But impact investing, sustainable investing, it means you want to impact something in the community. So in terms of the environment, socially, and governance. So if you are investing for sustainability, then you can choose to invest in companies that have that agenda in their plan. So like Copper or Synergy. Synergy is best. They produce renewable energy from human waste. You can choose to invest in that company. It aligns with your goals of trying to curb climate change because it reduces other carbon emission ways. Yeah.
Ah, that is so interesting.
Yeah.
So when we look to all this, and now in most of the cases we have people who deal with people wanting to invest, maybe you can correct me,
Yes.
with the range they mostly want to invest. With the statistics, it comes to building of houses, either rental or individual houses.
Yes.
So maybe you can take us through the process of how to acquire until to the final end, starting from the scratch of this is a new client. Now, what is this process that you go through until you come to the end product of a fully furnished house or a rented house?
Okay. So that is being the biggest platform where we said our clients have to invest. And that is now falls under property acquisition and development. So this is what we do. Number one, as a client, you must tell us in which region do you want your property to be erected. You get, if it's in Nairobi, if it's in Kisumu, Mombasa, the land prices are totally different. Number two, what size of land do you want? Assume you've gone for an acre. Let's say that is in Nairobi. Let's just say that is in Nairobi, maybe Kiambu. So we go and give you the budget of acquiring that 1 acre of land in Kiambu, because that is where you want your development to sit. Or we give you another option whereby we allow you to trust us to give you an area that is appraising, whereby there's been a development of or the rise of this real estate. So I mean, that is where we have a market. So you allow us, you allow us to tell you where the market is and acquire that property. But now, once we've identified that there's this land here, 1 acre, we give you the price. You make the first transaction, we acquire the property, show you all the documentation showing that this property is legally yours and it's in your name. And now we go to the second phase, where you want to build. We get our planners, ask them to come about with plans of what type of building you want, and then we give you choices. We always give our clients like 10 choices, whereby you choose the best that you want or the best that fits into the market. And then after doing that, you make the second transaction of sending either half or if you're doing it in bits. You do that in bits, and then we give you reports after each and every time. After the building is done, you now tell us now what next. Because it's not like everybody will want to build houses and then furnish them for the clients. Some just build them and then a client occupies as per your choice. Yes.
So when you say it's as per my choice, take for instance, I have said I want to acquire a rental house.
Okay.
Are you going to also to go for an extra mile of looking for clients to occupy the space? Or you just yours is to build, after that you hand over? From there it's not you.
If you look keenly at what Dancing Investments Agency, there's something we said we also do marketing. So that one we charge you totally different. It's a different contract now. Yes. So we can get you clients, but now again, that's a second contract you're signing. Yes.
So now we've finished with the building.
Yes.
That's a different contract. Now we are getting into marketing. You find me clients and also ways of also growing in that.
Yes.
Because now this is now business now.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Sure.
So when it comes to that, maybe Nelias being the marketing manager, you can enlighten us more. Now, this one is a client. We'll finish the first contract. Now we are to you, the second contract. How do we go step by step when now the client is new, worked with you so far, has trusted you. Now, I think this one will be more easier now, continuing on.
Yeah.
And also referring someone else who's also maybe has also built, but has no clients or reliability of, lack of better words, we call them caretakers.
Yeah.
Yes.
For those who are not reliable, now when you come in, how do you handle such?
So depending on the type of houses you have chosen to build, for example, if you have rentals, we have agencies that we can work with, or you can trust us with that work of being agents for your house. So we'll look for the clients and constantly give you reports on the maintenance fees and everything. And then for others, like if you have like an Airbnb, for example, we'll also market that towards the appropriate market. And we'll give you we'll do quarterly reports per year. So yeah, every time you'll get a report every quarter in the year so that you know how it's going. And then we can also advise you on if you want to use your returns to invest somewhere else, or advise you on other investment options using those.
Wow.
Yeah.
Viewers, I hope you're learning as much as I am on how to unlearn the traumas that you've been subjected to when it comes to matters investment. Send in your question, your comments across all our social media networks. That's GBS TV Africa. Our SMS line is 21144. We'll be back shortly.
Na kukaribisha tena katika makao makuu yako katika ulimwengu wa michezo.
Yoga is not a sport. Yoga is actually a way of life.
Ukiona FIFA inaingilia kati, it means that the FIFA rules have been violated.
From day one akiingia kwa akademi yako, unamwambia masomo na talent lazima ziende. The moment unasikia masomo imeenda hivi chini, hata time out. Hata hiyo time out kwa football na kando.
Yeah, wanawake ni wengi actually mpaka saa hizi. Tumekaa ni kama tumekuwa wanawake wamekuwa wengi kuliko wanaume. Kuna wale ambao ni artistic. Yes, wanapenda mambo ya kuigiza.
I am coded to look for solutions.
You limit yourself, not the sport doesn't limit you.
We say a dedicated women-only show that focuses only on women.
Now, I've been accused by many people of being the happiest person they've met. And they're always asking me, don't you ever get angry? And I'm like, I do get angry, but I have learned how to regulate and how to be happy in every circumstance. Happiness. Happiness comes from this state of happenings. You know, it has to be brought by something, but that's not true. You can create your own happiness. Putting too much pressure and too much expectations on other people is gonna set you up to not be happy. I wanna introduce you to one more thing that you must absolutely avoid. You must do what you've been called by God to accomplish. I want to encourage you to look deep inside you and find what is the thing you like to do, what is the thing you do well and you enjoy doing. And with that, you'll be able to know this is a gifting that I have. And you'll feel more fulfilled, you'll feel more purposeful, you'll feel more, you feel like you're achieving more, even if your current situations don't allow it. But you know what I've learned? That everyone is on their own journey. You are fearfully and wonderfully made, and God loves you so, so much. I pray that you can see that He did a good job making you, and that you'll appreciate yourself and love yourself even more and be able to, you know, share now that love with others. Because it first starts with loving yourself, and then you can love others. So do that from a place of abundance.
Welcome back, viewers. This is Chungu cha Jamii. Today we are talking about the rise of a sustainable investment. Before we went on a break, we have been able to understand the things that we need to unlearn, how we can trust agencies to help us to invest back at home, whether locally or you're maybe living abroad and you want to invest back home. These are ways that you can be able to channel your money to do something productive for you. So on to you. Talking about the rise of a sustainable investment.
Yes.
Actually, we want something sustainable, something long term. So what are the key drivers that drives you to keep going and also being sustainable and reliable when it comes to this thing of investment to you?
So to us, something that we'll call sustainable is we are able to, with the help of, by the way, we have employed professionals who've been in this game for the longest. I mean, we get somebody who has like 5 to 10 years experience. This is somebody who is able to protect them, who is able to predict the market trend. I mean, this is somebody who's going to tell you the value of the dollar is going to fall in a long time or between this period of time. We are going to have inflation in this, and this. So we came to understand one of the things that can make our investments go down is when we have an economic depression. But it's not like we are going to have an economic depression in any time soon. So, but just to be cautious, we have when we build for a client, or we refer a client to invest in real estate, and we help the client to develop that, maybe get him or her market. So we are also able to tell them we are also able to give them other investment plans whereby you've invested in property, you're getting returns from your property. We give you another second option of investing so that you don't put your eggs in one basket. You get? So you invest in option A, you invest in option B. This one gives you more options of getting cash in a way that if this one goes down, you're still safe. But if the two of them succeed, you're still best. Yes.
Wow, that one is so interesting. Nelly, coming to you, how has this concept of a sustainable investment evolved over the time? Because we realize it has not been there.
Yes.
It's something new in the market. How has it evolved from the, lack of better words, from the traditional to the new era that we are in?
Sustainable investing has mostly been pushed forward because of climate change. That is the biggest issue the globe is facing right now. So now people are looking for any small way they can help in easing this problem. That's why sustainable investing is important. Traditional investing is still good, but as long as you feel content that you are helping solve something, that's good. And then the conversations of investing. Before, it wasn't that common, but these days, there is more conversation on you have to hedge yourself against depressions and maybe other tragic things happening in life. So yeah, investing can give you a good edge for difficult times. So now, because those conversations are coming up even more, so now more people are more interested, and this sustainable investment can now become pushed forward even more.
When we talk about the traditional way of investment, maybe you could give us some of the examples of the things that we could name or tag them as tradition, opposed to the new era that we are in, and how it's coming. For one now to able to see tradition, this one is not. I'd rather go now to the new era of investment.
There's nothing really, there's not a really big difference. The big difference is just sustainable investment entails you have to look at the three things: environment, social impact, and governance. That's the only main difference. And nothing is wrong with going with traditional still. If you want your money, get your money.
Wow, interesting. So to you, Edwin, maybe, what is the primary approach and strategies that you use when it comes to investments?
So our biggest approach is we really have to understand you as an investor. You care about people in the first place, because what we are doing as a company is to ease pain, get a solution. So as an investor, you must solve a crisis. That is the biggest criteria of us getting in touch and investing with you. For example, if you look at the investments that we are doing, we have microfinance, we have transport industry. So for the transport industry, we've realized, apart from Nairobi, we have other towns and cities across Kenya that their transport industry is very shambolic. And when you're saying about shambolic, we still have theft and burglary in cars. The seats are very uncomfortable. So in transportation, we help our clients. Number one, you should be comfortable. The money that we're being charged is fair. In short, you're paying for quality services. So you must solve a problem for being an investor in our company. I mean, you make someone feel nice for giving you their money. I mean, you attach value to what the client is giving. Yeah.
Nice. Now, when we say we have to attach value on the things that you are investing in, so to mention a few, you've mentioned of transport being comfortable. How else do we touch or give back? Because now I'm thinking it's also a way of giving back to the society indirectly.
Yeah.
So how else do you touch the society?
So in touching the society, actually, that's one of the most interesting facts we do. We've partnered with non-governmental organizations. We visit schools, we visit children's homes, but we did start with Western Kenya. And those are schools in Vihiga County and Kakamega County, whereby actually that is where I grew up. So I really understand what's happening there. We have school-going children who are going to school barefoot, but that's common in the village because people are still living below the dollar.
True.
You get? People are still going to school barefoot. They don't have proper school uniform. I mean, you're going to school, this child is going to school, but at the back of the short, it's torn. And these are people who are going to school without underwears. You get? So what we're doing, we are acquiring, in partnership with NGOs, we are acquiring proper school uniform and then shoes to different schools. So far we are at 7, but we hope with time we are going to get more finances to help the kids. And then when it comes to children's homes, we also do the same, sponsor them with the little we have, and then we budget for them like a month and then provide those foodstuffs to those children's homes. That's another way of giving back to the society. And the third one, the same way I told you we partner with other organizations in planting trees. We do understand that trees and forests are water catchment areas, and through them we get rain. So in some of the arid places, we are also doing planting trees to help in water catchment. I believe we are giving back to the society. Yeah.
So how can you say that when it comes to all this, the people who are investing in you, how do they come to play a part? Do you talk to them to do it voluntarily, or is it part of agreement that investing in us, this is what we do, you have to give back? Or is it just when it's agreement, if I'm not ready to do that, if I'm not in line with that, I'm not partaking of that? How do you go about to make your clients play a part in this?
Actually, when we talk about that, we only talk about investors, and the investors I told you which are the 10 of them. Yes.
So the clients
and not
don't
the
come
clients.
in any way?
No, not really. Yes, we only talk of investors. And amongst the criteria that I told you of vetting our investors, you have to have the heart of giving back to the society. Yes.
So as an investor, it's a requirement. It's not negotiable for you to be able to give back. So is it that, how do you go about it? Is it quarterly, monthly? How do you go about it so that you can all agree? Because maybe I want to invest, yes, I want to be part of you. The heart, we have different hearts. So today I feel like giving, tomorrow I don't feel like giving. How do we sign on that, or do we agree on that when it comes to that?
So, and like every company, in as much as you're anchored on solving a crisis, as a company you must make positive change. I mean, you must make profit. You get? And again, we are an international company. We just don't operate in Kenya alone, not East Africa alone. We operate across the world, across the globe. So we have one of the biggest platform of getting donations from other places, and whatever we ask from other places, we're able to bring and then take them to these organizations, these children's homes, take them to schools. In short, from our company, we take the list, but we use our social capital across the globe to get more funds through which we give back to the society. Yes.
Now I understand that one much better. Now, when we want to talk about the risk, maybe Neles, you can take us through this. What are the risks associated with a sustainable investment? what is this risk that you face, and how do you curb them and be able to overcome them at the same time?
So investing is never a surefire game. There's always risk involved because you can't always accurately predict the future. One of the biggest things, mostly the government, if they introduce policies that can really curb the growth of sustainable companies, that could really bring a problem in helping them grow, so more people won't be interested in investing. If you don't have more companies aligning with your goals, you can't invest your money, you can't grow your money. And also, sustainable investing is not that tricky, yes, but there's something called greenwashing, where some companies will just sell to you that they are working towards sustainability, their products are good, but really it's not. Or it's not as good as they predict it to be. That's just their way of inviting more people to invest in them. As even though it's supposed to be something to help them, it's not good at all. Yeah, so those are some of the challenges. And obviously depressions, like as you can see the crisis right now in the world, everything is inflating. And you might predict some things, even as a professional, it's not always sure that the things you have predicted will come to be, but that's why you diverse your investments, so that you'll have something to lie on when others fall down.
She has mentioned something to do with the way we are going globally when it comes to economy.
Okay.
Currently in Kenya, when it comes to taxation,
Okay.
we are all affected. I don't know how much you are affected. I'd like to know that.
The most.
A lot of things have changed when it comes to the percentage of taxation. How has it affected you, and how are you able to mitigate and also pass the information across to the client? Because, for instance, maybe giving an illustration of someone, if I had invested in you a year ago, and now I want to reinvest back with you, the rates have changed because of the taxation and all that. How now do you come to tell me we have changed economy times and all that, for me to understand and see the value of what you're saying? Because now this one is affecting all of us. And me being a client, I'll also be in that position of I'm also affected. Why do you want me to give more than what I gave the other time?
So if you realize where the government is taxing us 16% VAT, we are a company. So that is what we are being taxed. From initially what we are being taxed. So when as a client, and then you want to invest in our company, or you, through us, you want us to help you invest, initially we were charging 5% of the total cost. 5%. You're investing, you want us to get you property or give an investment worth 15 million, we'll charge you 5% of 15 million. But now with the current trends, we have explained to all the people who've invested, the 27 of them who've invested in our company, we've explained to them that this is what the government has done, this is the taxation rate, this is what the government has increased, the VAT has increased to 16%. So we won't be charging 5%. We have increased what we charge to 8%. I mean, it's something relative. We wouldn't want to jump from 5 to 10%, because we also have to give you a client something we call the ability to see the market, yes, is fluctuating, which is okay. But we're giving you a platform whereby you still feel the value for everything you've done. Like, in as much as the government has taxed us 16, we don't want to tax you more. That increase is the 3% tax. The 3% increase on our charge is due to the 16% VAT. So we tell all our clients, this is our agreement. This is our agreement. So this is what we are going to be charging you for all the total cost of whatever you want us to invest for you. Yes.
In addition, most of our clients, we are very big on relationships. So we are mostly okay with our clients. They understand and they know that we give them the value that they are looking for. So increasing the charges that we give, it hasn't presented such a big issue because they have trust in us. Yeah.
When you say they have trust in you, when you want to grow the financial return and it being also with a positive return, how now do you relay or convey this message to the new? Now that you've built a relationship, now coming to a new client, is it of the same challenge? How do you go about, this is a new client, in as much as it's a referral. Do you have walk-ins, or all of the clients are just referral, a friend who knows a friend, a friend?
Most are referrals, and preferably we do prefer referrals, because if you can see this person has trusted us enough that they are referring us to you, then it will be easier to get to you and help you out. For walk-ins, we're not quite there yet, because we're growing slowly. As much as we're international, we have to vet whoever is working with us.
Yes.
Because we don't want very many issues, and we have problematic clients here and there, but we work towards working with everyone. So yes, we'll get there soon.
Now, when you say we'll get there, what is the plan? We assume we are getting there, because now, as we are here, our viewers are learning and also getting to take notes on the same. We'll call this maybe a referral or not, but now I'm interested. Still learning about this more. And now someone or our viewers have learned and they have heard of the services that you have to offer, the things that you have on the table, and they are interested. Now, I assume these ones are new people. They are coming to you. Now, in a layman's language, maybe you can take us through a new client with no referrals. Saying a stubborn client, because we have stubborn clients, and a swift client. How do you talk to them? More so the stubborn one, because dealing with a stubborn person is more of a challenge than a soft one. How do you talk to this stubborn person to be able to come to an agreement with you without thinking of going somewhere else?
So, once you putting your money somewhere, you have to be stubborn. Whether someone is saying it, whether you're showing it or not. So we do really understand. And that's how we've trained our staff to be very patient with everyone. Because we believe you as a client, you are the boss. We give you that benefit. You are the boss, and we have to listen to each and every concern that you have. Because it's not about being stubborn. It's about you needing a surety. So as a company, I have trained all my staff to be very patient, and patience really involves high-level professionalism. So as a client, come in whichever way you want, come with all those types of questions. Trust me, you will be answered and you will be satisfied.
Wow.
Yes.
I think I love that.
Welcome.
What is your take on the same, Elias, when you come to marketing?
All clients are the same to us. We treat them all equally. So we'll be patient with you. Even new clients, we are not closed off to anyone. Please, if you want to come, we'll provide our contact details. You can email or call us. We'll be patient. We'll give you all if you need statistics, we'll give them. If you want proof of previous work, we'll give them. we give you that assurance that working with us is good for you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Viewers, I hope you're learning as much as I am. You're taking notes. Send in your question, your comments across all our social media networks. That's GBS TV Africa. Our SMS line is 21144. We'll be back shortly.
Nakukaribisha tena katika makao makuu yako katika ulimwengu wa michezo.
Yoga is not a sport. Yoga is actually a way of life.
Ukiona FIFA inaingilia kati, it means that the FIFA rules have been violated.
From day one akiingia kwa akademi yako, unamwambia masomo na talent lazima ziende. The moment nasikia masomo imeenda hivi chini, hata time out. Hata hiyo time out kwa football na kando.
Yeah, wanawake ni wengi actually mpaka saa hizi. Tumekaa ni kama tumekuwa wanawake wamekuwa wengi kuliko wanaume. Kuna wale ambao ni artistic. Yes, wanapenda mambo ya kuigiza.
I am coded to look for solutions.
You limit yourself, not the sport doesn't limit you.
We say a dedicated women-only show that focuses only on women.
I want to start by telling you a story about a young girl who was in a secondary school in a rural part of Kenya. What is it that you know that you have that God has given it to you? What is it that you know that you want to contribute to society in? What is it that you are so scared to tell people around you because you know they're going to frown on you? But you, I know, imagine it during your time, your free time, your dream time. Dream those dreams, young people. See those visions, young people. Be who God has created you to be.
Even you as moving around the world and meeting people, it creates a new vision that other people cannot be able to understand until they enter into that position where they can be able to see the world in a different platform.
Young people, we should allow young people to tell us something that at our deep core, it scares us. Now, in the past, it sounded strange. COVID-19 came, guess what? It scared us to our deep core. Yeah.
Everywhere, GBS.
Welcome back, viewers. This is Chungu cha Jamii. Today we are talking about the rise over sustainable investing. Before we went on a break, we've been able to understand how to invest, where to invest, how to understand the rise of the economy, how we are affected, all of us as clients, as the company, and so forth. So send in your question, your comments across all our social media networks. That's GBS TV Africa. Our SMS line is 21144. So on to you. What are some of the common misconceptions that you have faced, and how do you overcome them?
I would say one of the biggest misconceptions that people have said or people have raised concern is on the issue of we can give you our money. Those are especially for clients. Because our biggest clients, when we talk about clients, we're talking about Kenyans who live in diaspora and are willing to invest back at home. So the biggest misconception is a lack of trust. And when we say lack of trust, everybody will say, I send my mother money, I've sent my sister money to help, for them to help me invest. They didn't do that, they ate the money. I can't take them anywhere because everybody says they are family. So that is one of the biggest misconceptions that we really faced. And on solving that, as I told you earlier, when you come to us as a client and open an account saying that you want to invest in a certain product, let's say you're buying land and developing that land, say you get, like you're buying that land and then putting up either your own house or rentals. So we've given you the ability to monitor each and every process. I mean, after you send your finances, when we are done with the first phase, we give you reports. And also before that, the moment you sign a contract with us, you are able to bring your own lawyer. But now when you bring your own lawyer, that charge is on you, not us. Or you use our own lawyer because it's a contract. And then in touch with the company representative. And the third person, you bring a neutral party who doesn't lean on any side, whether yours or ours. This is somebody you employ from whatever place you want. This is somebody who's going to give you parallel reports on what we are doing. So we give you reports. This other person gives you a report. So by that, we are telling our clients that you can trust us. We are transparent. You gave us this money. We give you the value for your money. We account for each and every cent that you sent us. And then with our report, the person, the third party that you nominated, that person is also giving you reports. So you're able to compare the reports and then tell us what we need to improve or what we need to reduce, because we might be doing a lot. Yeah.
Another misconception I've seen, when we're talking of sustainable investing, we see we are mostly focusing on impact. So people may think, if I'm focusing so much on impact, I won't get a return. Because people mostly want, yes, you invest mostly for the money, but here we are emphasizing on impact. So I'm here to say sustainable investing can still bring you good returns, especially right now with the conversations of sustainability being pushed forward a lot. And as long as your government is there, always helping these companies grow more, it will definitely make a return for you, while also helping you help the environment and the society.
What are the roles that the government play when it comes to a sustainable investment?
First of all, taxes, obviously. For companies, they could create policies where, for example, like a tax holiday for corporations that have sustainability in their main agenda. It will help them grow. They can also create initiatives where some SMEs and other corporations can, it's like a hub where they get together for them to grow with each other with support from the government. Yeah? Yeah.
Wow. So what are the merits and frameworks do you rely on? The merits and framework that you rely on?
As a company?
Yes.
So one of the biggest merits is seeing our client happy. Get? As a client, when you're happy, you give us more referrals. And that's something to boast about. Like you as Eunice, you are our client. You're satisfied with our services. We have done what you wanted to your expectations. And then now you spread the gospel to other people. That is what makes our company to grow. That is what makes us happy. And we are really happy when we serve you and then you're contented. Yeah.
So what do you have to add on that, Madam Nelias?
Honesty,
transparency, and transparency.
Those are our core pillars because you need to trust us a lot to give us your money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very true. What is the value? What would you say we value our company in this? What is your values? And we say value, mission, and vision.
Yes. So if you look at our company, we've said we are drawing you to your dream investment. And we really have to make sure that is what we are doing. You've given us 15 million. You've worked in whichever country you went there. You can't acquire 15 million in 1 month. This is something going to work for more than 5 years. So when you give us your 15 million, we have to draw you to your dream investment, something that is going to last forever or for the longest period of time, something that is elastic to economic change, something that is going to get you returns. And at the same time, it's still in line with climate change. I mean, it's not causing any harm to any other person or environment.
Wow, that is so interesting. Also, maybe I would want to understand what are the future trends when it comes to sustainable investment. Nelias?
Future trends. Within conversations about sustainable investing, we'll mostly see a rise in more government work to help push these initiatives. Like I see there's the introduction of the green bonds. They're bonds specifically to cater towards companies with these goals. And also more people getting involved in this, which will expand this market by a mile. So it's early. If anyone says it is too late, it is still early. So invest now. Yeah.
What is your take on the same briefly?
So I would say we really have a lot of changes coming in place. I mean, everybody says that we have, take for instance, we are talking about taxi companies. Initially, it was just a car, then labeled taxi. But is that now we have so many companies, so many private companies that are offering such services, and you have your specified brand. But now when you look into the market, you look at other countries, you look at China and then Japan, we have cars that are autonomous. I mean, they are self-driving cars. These are the type of cars, most people use them as taxis. When you go to, that is China, they are used as taxis. So when you come to such a transport industry, and especially you as a person, there are people who don't prefer public vehicles, and they prefer private vehicles. But now time is coming whereby you want your privacy. I mean, or you just don't want disturbance. You're going wherever you're going. So in such a situation, we plan on introducing autonomous cars as taxis in Kenya and the East African region. That is the market that will favor our company in some years to come, whereby you go to your app, order a cab, drive itself to wherever you are, pick you, drop you to wherever you're going. So we are giving you that privacy, and we are giving you a choice to choose whichever car you want. Yes. And among that, look at also real estate. We have come to realize that one of the biggest trends coming along, many people are preferring townhouses. So, and that is like more than 70% of our clients who've invested in property development. They buy land and then they tell you, we need a house and this is the structure we need. I need a townhouse because I have traveled, I have the money, I'm exposed. So I want to build something that is not in this village. Yes, so that is on the market trend, especially in real estate. People are preferring that. So that is what we base on the most and invest on the most. Yes.
Apparently, we're running out of time.
Okay.
So maybe briefly, in less than a minute, I could take your parting shot on the same. Starting with you.
So I would really tell everyone, investing is good. You don't have to retire. There's no need for you to retire and then think of pension. Get to invest. Get a place you can call home. Invest in a way that invest in something that will give you money. Invest in something that will ensure your cash flow for the rest of your life. Yes.
Nelius?
Yeah, I would say push these conversations to your children while they're still young. The earlier you cultivate these mentalities in them, the better it will be for them in the future. They'll have a really better, easier time to get where you struggled to get earlier in life. Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Welcome.
We've learned a lot. Viewers, I hope you've learned a lot as I have. Let's continue this conversation offline across all our social media networks. That's GBS TV Africa. Our SMS line is 21144. Till next time, have a nice time. Goodbye.